If you walk into an RV dealership today, you are walking into a financial slaughterhouse. The average Class A motorhome in America costs $180,000. Dealerships are locking buyers into 20-year loans with interest rates that match subprime auto financing. But the price tag is not the worst part. The worst part is what you are actually getting for your money. When you buy a modern RV, you are not buying a durable vehicle. You are buying laminated particle board on wheels, a disposable vacation rental you do not own that leaks from day one and that is mathematically designed to financially destroy you before the decade warranty expires. But a quiet rebellion is building in campgrounds and storage lots across the country. Mechanics, financial pragmatists, and smart travelers are completely opting out of the modern RV market. They are using a strategy called the pre-screen loophole, and today I am going to show you exactly how it works. To understand the loophole, you first have to understand the trap. Walk through any RV built after 2010 and look at the walls. They look solid. Tap on them with your knuckle. They sound hollow. That is because modern RV walls are not walls. They are laminated sandwich panels, a thin sheet of aluminum glued to a foam core, glued to an interior vinyl skin. RV manufacturers will tell you this is a lightweight luxury construction method. That is a lie. A single cheap laminated panel is dramatically cheaper to manufacture than the welded aluminum frames and real wood paneling used in RVs built before 2008. This is a corporate cost-cutting measure disguised as innovation, and it is a ticking time bomb for your wallet. In a 1990s RV, if a cabinet hinge breaks, you unscrew it, replace it with a $3 part from the hardware store, and the door swings again. In a modern laminated RV, the cabinets are glued to foam-backed walls that cannot hold screw threads. When the cheap particle board cabinet delaminates from the wall after sitting in summer heat, the entire interior panel has to be replaced, and when you bring it to an RV service center, they cannot repair the panel. They replace the entire wall section and hand you a bill for $8,000 to $12,000. Your RV has been mechanically totaled by a cabinet failure, but the walls are just the bait. The real structural nightmare is running quietly behind every slide-out button. Walk into any modern Class A or fifth wheel, and you will see massive sections of the living area that telescope outward to create extra interior space. Dealers call them luxury features. They are structural weak points wrapped in rubber seals. The slide-out mechanism runs on electric motors and thin metal rails. The seals are rubber gaskets that compress against the RV body when the slide retracts. These seals fail. After 3 to 5 years of seasonal temperature swings, the rubber hardens and cracks. Water seeps in during the first rainstorm. That water drips onto the particle board subfloor hidden under your carpet. The floor rots silently for months until you step on it and your foot punches through. Slide-out floor replacement costs $10,000 to $15,000. The RV is 7 years old and already undrivable, and the mechanical engineering under the hood is just as disposable. To meet fuel economy standards and keep sticker prices competitive, RV manufacturers are pairing massive 12-ton motorhomes with engines designed for half-ton pickup trucks. The Ford V10 Triton engine appears in thousands of Class A RVs built between 2000 and 2010. It looks powerful on paper, 6.8 liters, 10 cylinders. But Ford used a two-piece spark plug design that is famous for catastrophic failure. The spark plug tip breaks off inside the cylinder head. When you try to remove it, the aluminum threads strip out of the engine block. The repair requires pulling the cylinder head and installing thread inserts, a $4,000 engine teardown for a $6 spark plug. That is if you catch it early. If the broken plug tip falls into the cylinder, it destroys the piston. The entire engine is scrap. But the spark plugs are just the bait. The real mechanical grenade is hiding in the timing system. The V10 Triton uses cam phasers, variable valve timing actuators that adjust camshaft position using oil pressure. These cam phasers are fed by undersized oil passages that clog with sludge if you do not change the oil every 3,000 miles. When the cam phaser fails, the timing chain skips. The valves collide with the pistons. The engine detonates internally while you are driving 65 miles per hour down the highway, not because you abused it, but because Ford engineered a failure point into the lubrication system. Total engine replacement, $12,000 to $18,000. These drivetrains are grenades with 80,000-mile fuses, and the engine failure is not even the final cost. The entire modern RV market is built on a depreciation curve designed to bankrupt you. Buy a $180,000 Class A motorhome today. Drive it off the lot. In 3 years, the trade-in value is $68,000. You have lost $112,000 in depreciation alone, not counting the $2,800 per year insurance, the $6,000 in annual maintenance, or the $6,000 per year in storage fees because your HOA will not let you park it in your driveway. The RV industry does not profit from building vehicles that last. They profit from the upgrade cycle. They engineer the motorhome to fail catastrophically at year 7, right when your loan is half paid and you are trapped between a $90,000 remaining balance and a $45,000 trade-in value. You are paying $180,000 for the privilege of financing your own planned obsolescence. The entire modern RV market is a trap, but there is an escape hatch. The pre-screen loophole targets a specific window of RV manufacturing history. Mechanics and full-time RV travelers call it the Golden Era, from roughly 1996 to 2008. Why 1996? That is the year the government mandated OBD2 diagnostic ports in every vehicle sold in America. RVs from this era have modern electronic fuel injection, meaning the engine fires instantly even in freezing temperatures. They have computer sensors you can read with a $25 diagnostic scanner from any auto parts store. They have airbags and modern crash safety in the cab, but because they were built before 2008, they carry zero structural poison. No laminated foam walls, no particle board subfloors hidden under carpet, no electric slide-outs with 100 failure points. They use real plywood cabinetry screwed into welded aluminum frames. They use thick-gauge aluminum skin riveted to the structure, not glued. They use manual hydraulic jacks you pump by hand. No electric motors to fail at the worst possible moment. You get all the reliability of modern diagnostics with none of the engineered obsolescence. So what exactly do you buy? You look for the analog legends. Open Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and search for a late 1990s or early 2000s Fleetwood Bounder. You want the models built on the Chevrolet P30 chassis. This is the workhorse platform that UPS and FedEx use for their delivery trucks. Body-on-frame construction, like a commercial-grade truck. The engine is either the Chevrolet 454 cubic inch big block V8 or the 8.1-liter Vortec 5.8. These are massive, under-stressed cast iron engines running at incredibly low RPM under load. They are famous for clearing 200,000 to 300,000 miles on nothing more than regular oil changes and occasional tune-ups. Because they were used in commercial fleets, every single replacement part is cheap and available at every auto parts store in America. You can find a pristine, one-owner Bounder from a retiree for $14,000, and it will outlast a brand new $220,000 diesel pusher. If you want a diesel, look for the ultimate loophole vehicle, a 1996 to 2003 motorhome built on the Ford E-Series Super Duty chassis with the 7.3-liter Powerstroke diesel engine. This engine was built before the EPA emissions mandates that destroyed modern diesels with diesel particulate filters and urea injection systems. It uses a mechanical fuel pump and a simple turbocharger. No computers controlling the injection timing. No emission sensors that cost $1,800 to replace when they fail. This drivetrain is bulletproof. You can find a 2002 Winnebago Adventurer with 110,000 miles on the 7.3-liter Power Stroke for $15,000, and it will run another 200,000 miles while the new diesel pusher is sitting in a service bay with a failed DEF system. Here is how you execute the loophole. You do not finance. You save $10,000 to $18,000 in cash. You avoid the RV dealerships with the inflatable gorillas and the finance managers who make their living on loan kickbacks. You buy directly from private sellers. You look for the physical indicators of a forever RV. Solid floors that do not flex when you walk on them. Chunky manual jacks that pump with a satisfying hydraulic resistance. Metal entry steps that fold with a heavy mechanical clunk. Not a fragile electric motor that whines and fails in wet weather. Walk on every inch of the floor. Solid floors do not give. If your foot sinks even slightly, there is hidden rot, and you walk away immediately. Open every cabinet and knock on the back wall. Real wood is heavy and solid. Particle board sounds hollow and feels light. Check the roof. A rubber membrane roof can be resealed and patched for $800. A fiberglass roof that has cracks means water has been intrusion for years, and the entire structure is compromised. Pop the hood and verify the engine. If you see the 454 big block, or the 8.1-liter Vortec, or the 7.3-liter Power Stroke, you have found the golden engines. If you see the Ford V10 Triton or the Chevrolet 6.0-liter Vortec, you walk away immediately. Test drive it. The transmission should shift smoothly through all gears with no hesitation. Drive it up a steep grade if possible. The engine should pull strong with no overheating. If the temperature gauge climbs into the red, the cooling system is compromised, and you are looking at a $2,500 radiator replacement. When you buy a 20-year-old analog RV, you are not just saving money. You are severing the financial dependency that lets RV manufacturers profit from engineered failure. You're buying a machine that runs on mechanical simplicity, not planned obsolescence. If you are learning something from this, hit subscribe. I cover the engineering scams and financial traps hidden inside everyday purchases every single week. Now, the RV industry is not the only cartel using the illusion of modern luxury to drain your bank account. The exact same playbook is being run right now with boats and marine engines. If you want to see why the outboard motor you bought at the boat show is mathematically guaranteed to fail, and how to execute the vintage motor loophole to beat the marine industry, click the video on your screen right now.